international front as Prime Minister Modi embarks on his three-nation tour to Jordan, Oman and Ethiopia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Jordan's King Abdullah in Amman in the first leg of his three-nation tour. Now, during the meeting, he said that under the leadership of King Abdullah II, Jordan has sent a strong and strategic message to all of humanity against the scourge of terrorism, extremism and radicalisation. Listen in.
Your Majesty, वैश्विक स्तर पर भी हम करीबी संपर्क में रहे हैं। गाजा पर शुरुआत से ही आपकी बहुत सक्रिय और सकारात्मक भूमिका रही है। हम सभी की आशा है कि क्षेत्र में शांति और स्थिरता बनी रहे। आतंकवाद के विरुद्ध हमारा साझा और स्पष्ट रुख है। आपके नेतृत्व में जॉर्डन ने आतंकवाद, उग्रवाद और रेडिकलाइजेशन के खिलाफ पूरी मानवता को एक सशक्त और रणनीतिक संदेश दिए हैं।
And I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. So Siddhant, clearly on the optics front, this is quite new ground when it comes to India's foreign policy push in West Asia and parts of the Middle East to rope in countries like Jordan into the anti-terror narrative.
Well, that's right, Ayushman. In fact, it's a very, very significant visit of Prime Minister Modi to Jordan, and this visit of the Indian Prime Minister to Jordan is taking place after the gap of 37 years. Ayushman, this is the first full-fledged bilateral visit. Before this, Prime Minister Modi visited Jordan, but that was a transit visit as the Prime Minister was traveling to Ramallah in Palestine. Now, both leaders met at the presidential palace. In fact, Prime Minister Modi was accorded with the ceremonial reception at the presidential palace. Both leaders held restrictive level talks, then followed by delegation level talks. And in fact, we have the release also from Ministry of External Affairs now. And release says, Ayushman, that His Majesty King Abdullah II conveyed strong support for India's fight against terrorism. In fact, Prime Minister Modi appreciated His Majesty's leadership in tackling terrorism, extremism and radicalization and contributing towards global fight against these evils. In fact, both countries have decided to collaborate Jordan's payment system and India's UPI. Both leaders also reiterated the importance of restoring peace and stability in the region. Now, other than this, Ayushman, the two countries have also decided to deepen cooperation in the field of trade, investment, defense, security, renewable energy, fertilizer, and agriculture. In fact, there have been several MOUs also, agreements which have been signed between India and Jordan, which includes in technical MOU in technical cooperation, cooperation in water resource, twinning agreement between Petra and Ellora. In fact, Prime Minister will be visiting Petra, the historical ancient town of Jordan, tomorrow. Renewal of the cultural exchange program, letter of intent on cooperation in the field of sharing digital solutions, implementation at population scale. So a very, very important visit of Prime Minister Modi. Tomorrow, Prime Minister Ayushman will also be holding a business forum. He will be addressing a business forum in Jordan and visiting a town of Petra. Now, Jordan is considered as a moderate Islamic nation in West Asia. Jordan has been a bulwark against radicalization, extremism and terrorism. And Jordan has been playing a very, very significant role as well as peace efforts in West Asia is concerned.
Absolutely. And Prime Minister Modi, that's why roping in Jordan into that anti-terror message. And on the economic front, given India's rising economy, Jordan wants a peace when it comes to accessing India's rising economy on the global stage, which is why those economic ties between West Asian nations and the Middle East only bolstering the diplomatic messaging. Thank you, Siddhant, for getting us that update as Prime Minister